Hey guys, McCalp here. Hey, I have been asked to put together a Necromancer guide on how to do just a normal speedrun. This is in response to Mr. Llama's competition that he just announced yesterday, in which we're,
Hello.
running to get the best Necromancer softcore P1 speedrun times down. So this is actually a pretty complicated class, so this is going to be a longer video, and I've got to like put it into parts, okay? So I'm going to start with just the route, which basically means what levels you want to be by where. Okay, this is more or less the same as almost any other class, but you really will get punished if you don't meet specific levels. Just because Necromancer is an incredibly weak class. Okay, so let's say you do the den, you get to Black Marsh at level 6. Okay, you're gonna do Tower until at least level 10. Even up to level 12. Like 12.5, I honestly, if you've got a good time, you might not get world record if you're already 12.5, but if you're going for a PB, I think almost anything aside from the perfect run, you can get away with level 12.5 and not get punished at all for it, okay? So 10 to 12.5, you're in the tower, okay? You're going to do that until you get stealth. Maybe Nadir. Um, I'd recommend learning how to use Cloak Shadows if you don't already know how to use it. Uh, incredibly powerful for CS. Highly recommend it. So you're going to start moving on, and you're going to get to Catacombs somewhere around level 12 to level 14. If you're like, I'd be really surprised if you ever got 14.5. Don't go above 14.5. Just start like running forward if you start getting into the 14 level. You're going to kill Andy. You're going to start, and you're just gonna run through the desert. You're gonna hit Palace. You're gonna be at least level 15. I would say you want to be, for a comfortable run, 15.5 is the low end of a comfortable run. Maybe level 16 up to level 17. Okay? You can farm Beetle Burst to 17
Greetings.
if you have a good setup, so be aware of that. I would recommend doing that. And then you're gonna go into Harem. You're gonna do Arcane, and you're gonna hit Duriel. You're at least gonna be level 17 for Duriel, um, even level 18 if don't just start running past stuff, because Necromancer is kind of hard to level with because Teeth is so weak that you kind of want to hit a lot with low HP. So like Beetles, for example, if you can get like a lot of Beetles, you can hit 10 different Beetles at the same time with all of your teeth, and they've got pretty low HP. So you want to look out for stuff like that that's easy to kill, that you can do within 2 or 3
Good
casts of
day.
teeth, because you've got mana constraints. Teeth is just low damage, high spread though, and you just want to be conscious of leveling the way that makes the best sense on this character. So you're going to be at least level 17 when you fight Duriel. You're going to be at least level 19.5 up to level 20. I think level 20 is fine. Just don't go beyond 20. Don't kill anything unnecessary after you do get level 20. Except in CS, you want to clear CS at a pace that you're comfortable with. And then you do Ancients, you get 21, and finish the game. Okay, so that's the route. Now, we're going to move into skill build
Greetings.
now that we know what the route is. So, I need to go and respec on this character, so I'm going to go steal one of these. So what you're going to do is, you're going to level 10. You're just going to be putting points into teeth, okay? Sometime between level 6 and level 12, you'll want to put a point into Clay Golem, probably. I think it's very rare that you would get an item that has Clay Golem and Iron Maiden on it that you don't already have teeth at the same time. So I'd say it's pretty safe that you're going to put a skill point to Clay Golem. Okay? So you put Clay Golem in, now you have someone to tank for you, everything's easier. You're going to take this, you're going to now you're level 9, now you're level 10. Once you hit level 11, you want to put the point into bone armor. Okay? So for level 12, you want to put it into bone wall. So now you're level 12. Let's say you get to Endariel and you're level 14. So you've got 3 points into bone wall. Your teeth gets 15% synergy from bone wall. Bone armor actually gets 15 damage absorbed from bone wall. And later on, you get the bone wall synergy for bone spear, but this is the same as teeth. But the idea behind this is you could just put it into teeth, but then you don't get the bone armor synergy. But even beyond that, teeth is actually a pretty mana intensive spell. Okay, so let's say you're fighting a group, you drop a clay golem in front, well that's 15 mana, and then you're throwing teeth at them. Well, if you're in Act 1, you're using these crappy minor mana potions that only give you 40 mana over 5 seconds. So you can cast basically 1 teeth per second. Or if you get into Act 2, even light mana potions aren't going to make it so you can keep casting teeth continuously. So when you put it into Bone Wall, it keeps the mana price of teeth manageable, almost. So you want to use Bone Wall. It's the takeaway from this. It's just superior in every way. Okay? Alright, so now we need to know if you have Iron Maiden or not. Because Iron Maiden, if you go to Curses, it's 2 points. Well, if you have to skill Iron Maiden, then that's 2 points where you don't get into Bone Wall, which means 2 points to synergy for Teeth and Bone Spear. So, in an ideal run, and this doesn't always happen, and it's a frustrating run, and it's just a lot to juggle. It's got a lot of overhead to it. You're gonna go, once you get your cube, you will have stashed all your chip gems. So save all of the chip gems you see. You will get somewhere between 6 and 12, I bet. Maybe 15 by the end of Act 2. But the majority of them you get is in Act 1, and you won't get really more than 12. And you're going to roll them, okay? So I had 45 that I rolled, and I just got pretty crappy rolls. So what you do is you put 3 chip gems in here, and then you take a cheap magic wand that you bought. So this probably costs maybe 2,000 gold. You can buy a lot of them that are somewhere in the range of 200 gold to 3,000 gold. You drop it in here, you drop 3 gems, and then you hit transmute. And you're gonna get something like this, okay? Of all of them, there's only 2 that were actually okay. One of them is this, 3 to Blood Golem, 1 to Bone Spear, which Blood Golem can be used for Diablo later. And then you've got Iron Maiden. This is a bad Iron Maiden as well because it's level 18, which means I have to be level 18 for Duriel, or I can't use this. Or at least I can't use this for Duriel, which means I need to go back and I need to shop these wands, okay? And just to give you an idea of how much it costs to shop wands, we're going to go and we're going to just look at the prices. So these are all half price of what you'd buy it for. So 1 to Iron Maiden is 8,800 gold. And you're going to find that the easiest way to shop this is before you're level 12. So you're like level 8, where you can start shopping required level 12 items. And they're red, so you can identify them really quickly at Akara. 8,800 gold. That's a lot of gold for Act 1, if I'm being honest. But maybe you can shop it, I don't really know. And then you get to Act 2, and you're going to start rolling these, okay? So, you know, let's say you roll this guy. This is actually incredible. This would normally cost 38,000 gold. This guy right here, talking, you know, 38,000 gold. All these bone spears, just 1 to bone spears, 17,000 gold. This guy cost me about 70,000 gold, if I remember right. This guy is about 41,000. This guy was like 115,000. So, the reason I came here is you could see some of the prices, because we're in Act 5. Anyway, so now you have a pretty good idea of what you have. Either you rolled Iron Maiden and you're keeping it, or you rolled Bone Spear and you're keeping it, or you rolled a lot of stuff that can sell for a lot of gold. Okay? So you get to level 14. Right here, you have to know, what am I going to do next? Do I have to put 2 points into Iron Maiden? Which would suck. That's 2 points that can't go into teeth, that can't go into Bone Wall, which will affect teeth and Bone Spear damage. Now you put it here. So your damage is going to lack literally the rest of the run. I would say do what you need to get Iron Maiden. You can get the point into Clay Golem, that's no issue, but 2 points into Iron Maiden just for boss fights sucks. Okay? So let's say that you did get Iron Maiden, you popped this magically, and you have Iron Maiden. Okay? So now you're going to do level 15, level 16, level 17, Corpse Explosion. Now you're fighting Duriel. You put Iron Maiden, plus 1 to 3 Iron Maiden on Duriel, and then you drop Clay Golem. And this is all you're going to do to do the fight. Okay? You're not going to increase your damage by throwing teeth in between. Maybe if you're level 18, you're not going to do more damage with Bone Spear. All you're going to do is make sure that Clay Golem is spawned the moment Duriel one-shots your Clay Golem. That's the best way to do the fight. Okay? So then, you're going to move on, and you're going to keep, plowing your way. You're going to hit level 18. Maybe you're 18 by the time you finish Spider Cavern. Bone Spear. Now you magically, the most perfect run, you got a plus 3 to Bone Spear.
Good day.
Look at the difference in damage. 31 to 47, 79 to 95. You're talking just over double damage. The low end, 2.5 times more. The top end, just barely twice as much. Okay? So, massive difference. It makes a huge difference. I want to keep saying that. Now you're going to hit level 19, 20, 21.
Good day.
Look at my damage. It is huge. 126 to 142 versus 79 to 95. So let's say 80 to 125. It's more than 50% damage.
Greetings.
95 to 142. What is that? Like, that's also 50%. Just around 50%. And you're going to be doing 50% more damage the whole time. And let's say you get an Act 4. That damage is what it takes to one-shot, let's say, a knight. Whereas before, you probably have to cast twice. Well, not only are you doing more damage, but you're literally doing twice the clear speed. Which is better because it's less spells cast, it's easier on your mana pool, it gives you more time between killing that you can let your mana rejuve. It's just, like, it's a lot better. It'll help in all aspects if you have that. And this is super obvious, okay? So, and maybe I should point out that I'm level 21, so I just put level 21 spell on it. You're not going to get that until after Ancients, so maybe it's a little deceiving. But you're going to fight Ancients. You're going to fight, let's say, CS, Ancients. Now you got your way through the throne room. Now you're going to Diablo, or Baal. You're going to do your respec, okay? This is the most unique part of the run. Let's say you have this bad boy, where you have Iron Maiden and Clay Golem. That's all you're going to use. Maybe you're going to do this. I don't know. Maybe you're super good with casting spells, where it makes sense. But you're going to do Clay Golem and Iron Maiden. You just respec. You're going to first max out Iron Maiden. Okay? Big damage. You're going to come to summon. And you're going to do Clay Golem so that you have either 4 or 5 points. I'm going to keep it at 4, I think. Because I think 4 is the more popular number. But if you go beyond 5, you're going to really mess up the run. Do not go beyond 5. Then I'm going to put the rest of my points in Golem Mastery, which I think is 7 or 8. I think I have 8 points left. Okay. Now my Golem has 533 life. And Iron Maiden is 450% damage returned. Bale, I'll tell you what, will one shot your Clay Golem basically every time. So you're going to be dealing somewhere around 2,000 damage each. Bale only needs to auto attack 13 times. The reason that you only put 4 points, maybe 5 points into Clay Golem is if you slow down Bale too much, he just stops doing stuff. So with 33% slow, you'll notice that he's not gonna clone, at least not as often. Like everything he's gonna do 90% of the time, he's going to put himself into hit recovery because he's gonna try and do something else before it actually casts. So that means if he does clone, he, instead of taking like, let's say it takes 1 second for him to cast clone. Well, now it's gonna cost, it's gonna be like, I don't know why, but it's gonna take 3 or 4 seconds to do it. And he's gonna put himself into hit recovery and basically cancel out the spell before he actually gets the spell off. And this goes for about everything except melee attack. Melee attack, in most cases, he can get the animation off before he interrupts it. So you have a Clay Golem right next to him. Clay Golem slowing him. He hits the Clay Golem. He does like 4 times damage to summoned units. And he's gonna basically one-shot it. Do this 14 times and Bale's dead. This could be a 20-second fight. It could be a maybe 90-second fight. But that's gonna be faster than casting. Let's see, 26,000 life. Bone Spear, somewhere around 250 times. This is just a lot faster, and in most cases RNG doesn't screw you over too much. And maybe it does and it gets frustrating, but no matter what, he could clone. He could just continuously clone if you did the old spec and you'd never kill him with Bone Spear. So this is kind of where we're at. The only other thing there is to mention is the imbue. You can't take a white head and imbue it. Most of the time you're not going to get anything. Maybe you will. Maybe you do find a head that has Bone Spear. You also could imbue this, or you can imbue Boots. That'll give you another shot of getting Bone Spear if you have a white base and you magically find 1 to 3 Bone Spear on the head. Anyway, this is a really complex run. It's a headache. Things have to come together, or else you need like a lot of gold to muscle your way through it. So don't get too upset if you have to reset this. If you don't want to reset it and just go through just fine, that works. But I'd recommend trying to do your best to gather gold and staying good on experience, because the class is weak at the beginning. You're a lot stronger if you walk into Act 2 is level 14 versus level 11, and it's going to be a lot less of a headache. Anyway, thanks everyone for watching. I hope this helps. I hope everyone does well in this competition, and reach out if you have any questions, and come join me at YouTube. Looks like someone just randomly followed me, so shout out to them on my Twitch. Okay guys, see you around.